Former Islamic State recruiter Neil Prakash has become the subject of a face-off between the Fijian and Australian governments. Both countries claim he's not one of theirs, and neither is backing down. Legal experts say if Prakash is not a Fijian citizen, then Australia's decision to strip him of citizenship is invalid. Political reporter Stephanie Dalzell has the story.
He's thousands of kilometres away in a Turkish jail cell, but in Australia, Neil Prakash is at the centre of a diplomatic stoush with one of the country's closest neighbours.
Peter Dutton is a shameless, self-serving media tart on this issue, and what he's done has embarrassed himself, has embarrassed the Prime Minister, embarrassed our country.
It's a little over a week since Peter Dutton announced Prakash would be stripped of his Australian citizenship because of his role as a recruiter for Islamic State. The justification was that Neil Prakash was a dual national and therefore wouldn't be left stateless.
The advice to the government in relation to Mr Prakash, as I'm advised, is clear in relation to his Fijian citizenship.
But today, Fiji's immigration director poured cold water on those comments, telling the ABC there are no records of Neil Prakash being a Fiji citizen, and not of anyone else in his immediate family either.
Under international law, the question of whether someone is an Australian is determined under Australian law. The question of whether someone is Fijian is determined under Fijian law. The issue here is that there is a disagreement between Australia and Fiji as to the content of Fijian law.
And legal experts say if Neil Prakash is not Fijian, the government's efforts have been in vain.
It's as if the citizenship deprivation hadn't happened. It would not have effect.
But the government is not backing down.
Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton has been very clear in his comments about Neil Prakash. He's made it clear what the government's position is.
Peter Dutton's position will now become Scott Morrison's problem when he travels to Fiji next week to meet his counterpart, Frank Bainimarama. The government wants that trip to be a success as it reasserts its presence in the Pacific. But the Neil Prakash saga now threatens to overshadow that. Stephanie Dalzell, ABC News, Canberra.